Another day in the islands means another epic adventure. We hit the reefs in hopes to fill the cooler with fish for our fish fry later. We ended up with a bunch of quality fish like Yellowjack, grouper, and even a monster hogfish.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Then we brought back our catch and cleaned everything up for later. While the rest of the guys stayed back and prepped for dinner, Derek, Greg, and I went out to chase down some bonefish. We found loads of these elusive fish and even managed to sneak one past the sharks. Then come home to a delicious fish fry. I can't think of a better day in the Bahamas. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Maritime Expeditions. My name's Charles. We're here in beautiful Chub Cay Bahamas, and we are ready for an amazing day of spearfishing ahead of us. We are staying on this beautiful boat behind us, but today we are going out on this 22-foot Mako, and we're gonna see if we can make it happen. We're doing a lot of spearfishing today. That's the goal, see if we can fill the coolers, some big hogfish, big groupers, just about anything, big snappers. Whatever swims in front of us on the reef today is fair game. So we're excited for an amazing day. We had a great day of fishing and diving in the last video. If you haven't seen that, make sure you go check that out. And I'm excited to just see what this day has in store for us, and can't wait to get out there. So we gotta pack up the boat still, and we're gonna head out, and in no time we're gonna be shooting big fish. So we'll see you in a few. Getting suited up, ready to hop in at the first spot here. Water is looking good. So I hopped in on the first spot of the day, and there was just a ton of porgies out all over the reef line. There were some up above the reef, some down in the sand, and these are really, really solid fish. If you've never had porgy, it's very, very similar to a hogfish, very flaky, white meat fish. They're absolutely delicious. And I've never speared one in the Bahamas, I don't believe. So I was trying to get my first one over here, but they were not cooperating. This reef did look really good though, and I was optimistic for the rest of the day. Right after those porgies swam out though, this big hogfish came in. Eric saw him before I did and made a dive on him, but this fish just took off and never really stopped. I think Eric chased it for a while after this, and it never rocked up, was never able to get another look at it, but that's just how it goes sometimes with those big hogfish. But another group of these porgies, a couple margate mixed in there too. Just a lot of life on this reef so far, and I was really thinking that this was a good spot. We didn't end up seeing much else after that, but encouraging to see a bunch of big porgies like that. Moved spots here and saw this Yellowjack coming in all alone. Usually they're in like groups of 2 or 3, but this guy was just solo and gave me a good enough look and was able to get a shot right here. Able to stick him in a good spot and luckily get him up pretty quick without any hassle from any sharks or anything in the area. Nice fish to get in the boat though. This one had a lot of cool markings on him too. He had all these like black dots on him, which I thought was pretty cool. Interesting looking at Yellowjack right there. For those of you wondering, I did brain and bleed this fish. Helps put the fish out of its misery, and it makes them taste so much better, especially with these Yellowjacks.
Good start to the day. Got ourselves a nice Yellowjack here. He'll make some great sashimi later. You guys know we love these things. Get them in the cooler.
As soon as I hop back in the water from putting away that Yellowjack, I see Derek down under this ledge, and I didn't even know what he had. Was looking around. I thought he shot a grouper for a second when that little Nassau grouper shot out of the hole, but then I looked down and he's just got an absolute unit of a hog snapper right here. Beautiful fish. Big male hog. Got that big snout on him. Unbelievable color on this fish, and just one of the best fish you can possibly harvest when you're in the Bahamas. That's what you're looking for, and Derek was able to get himself a nice one there.
There was a grouper in that hole too. It was a Nassau. Was it? Yeah. I heard it. He shot out the second you shot him. I looked at him. This thing wasn't facing straight away. I'm trying to get an angle, shoot the first time, and then he turns. I finally caught him again.
Definitely an interesting shot, but he was in a hole, and whatever you got to do to get him in the boat, you got to do, but we'll take it.
Nice one, brother. Nice one, good shot. Nice hog. That's what we're here for.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah, buddy. Woo-hoo-hoo-wee. Look at the color on that thing, Trey. Yeah. He's lit up. Oh, that's a big one. Good size one there, Junior. Good work. Edward's getting in.
We made our way to the next spot, and I saw another really nice size yellowjack. This one was by far bigger than the last one that I shot, but I was trying to get him enticed in. Sometimes that movement with the left hand and make these fish a little curious and bring them in, but this one just stayed just far enough away out of reach. Wasn't able to get him, and when I went back to the surface, he just took off, so never got another look at him, but that was a nice fish too. We moved around a lot from spot to spot. Luckily, we were on the little boat, so it was a lot easier getting in and out of than the big cruiser yacht we were on before, but just an absolutely beautiful day out here on the little Mako. First thing you know, at the next spot, I see this nice tiger grouper swimming across the reef. So I made sure I went and followed him, found the rock that he went into, and made my way down there for a dive. There was a lot of stuff around there. I was trying to see which hole he was in, and was just having a hard time seeing him. Went up once or twice. Derek and I both made a couple dives on it. Couldn't see him in the hole. Until finally that next dive I went down. I think I had a better idea of where he was hiding out under this ledge. I had my spear loaded, ready to go. It's hard to see him here, but I get a really nice shot on this fish right in the head, basically a stone shot. He gets stuck under the rock there for a second, but pops right out, and he's done for. Beautiful fish. They're some of my favorite fish to shoot out here too, because we don't get them back home, and they're just like kind of like a smaller, baby black grouper, but they're beautiful.
Let's go.
Just a really cool fish. All his color went away because I stoned him, fortunately, but they just have such crazy markings on their sides.
That's a good one right there.
Good job, thank
you. Got that nice grouper at that last spot. Moved up a little bit here, trying a new area, and we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna hop in right now, join the other guys, and see what we can get.
This spot was just absolutely mind-blowing to me. I mean, the corals and just the pure beauty of this reef. I mean, it really is untouched reef out here. This stuff is just absolutely insane. Huge coral heads, 20, 30 feet off the bottom, and just life everywhere. Big triggerfish and Cubera snapper swimming around, all sorts of stuff on this reef. Crystal clear water. It's about 40 feet here. And this was probably one of my favorite dives of the trip right here. A little bit deeper than the stuff we had been in the morning, and really wanted to make a good hunt on this fish. We saw a lot of Cubera snappers around, and I found one that was not in the 30, 40, 50 pound class like we were seeing, but this one was a nice shootable fish. And he goes right behind this coral head, and he can't see me, so I speed up right here, trying to be as stealth as possible. Come out, get a good shot, and just out of reach. Dodges my spear there, but that was a nice fish. That one definitely hurt a little bit swimming back up. I thought I had him there. I made the right descent, went behind the coral head the right way, and just didn't get the end result that I wanted. But this was another giant over here. Big Cubera waiting at the edge of the reef. Try and do the same thing. Heading down. You gotta act like you don't want these fish. You gotta not pay attention to them pretty much, and that's when they get interested in you. I dove down way before him on the other side of the reef and came back over it from the other side, coming up under it, just so that I'd be hidden. And the second that I come over the edge to where he should have been, he's just completely gone. And I'm sure he took off on my descent, but I wasn't looking at him, trying to be stealth, and he just took off. But those fish are just insanely hard to hunt, and you have to be a really, really good spearfisherman to be able to put one of those guys in the boat every now and then. Now, Greg had been following this big hogfish for a while. He called me over and wasn't even sure what he was talking about. He told me to make a dive. On my way down, didn't even know what I was looking for. About halfway down, I see him, and I can tell this is a really big hogfish. Takes off and rocks up in this ledge, so I was thinking that was a good thing, but I go down. There's a little grouper there hanging out in front of him too, which is kind of funny how they sit together. I go down on this ledge and I just cannot see him at all where he was. Taking a look around, and I thought I saw him on the left side there. Slip tip falls off. I'm trying to put it back on, and I'm like, let me just wait. He's in the rock. I got a little glimpse of him there for a second, but let me go back up to the surface and gain my composure.
But like on the left side, and his tail's sticking out. It looks like a terrible shot.
So I'm the only one who can see him, but he's in this weird rock, and I can't get a good angle for my spear. I'm trying to force a shot here, but I can just tell it's not going to work, so I pulled the spear back out and went to the surface.
Can't get an angle at him. We might have to like spook him out almost, but he's in there. If you go, not that hole that you can look up under, but just move your body to the left a little bit, and there's a circular hole. His whole tail's sticking out of it. But I can't even get my spear in there to shoot him in the butt. It's just a weird angle.
So the dive before this, I went down one more time to get a good look at him, and I left my spear on the bottom so I wouldn't have to carry it on my way down. Went down, grabbed the pole spear this time, loaded it up, and my plan was just to tickle him out of the hole and see if he'd pop out on the other side. And you can see right here the tip of his tail sticking out. I get a finger on it, just enough to scare him out of the one side, pokes his head out, and this is an absolute giant. Got to make sure I don't hit the angelfish in front of him. And I take the shot, and the rest is history. That is a beautiful Bahamian hogfish right there. That is what I've waited for years, to come back to Chub Cay and go shoot one of those monster hogs right there.
Woo! There we go. Sick.
After about 45 minutes of messing around with this fish, up and down, we probably made 15 dives each between the three of us. And just to be able to finally get a spear into this fish and get him in the boat. The sharks were already under us. Had to get him in the boat quick, but what an unbelievable end to a day of diving right there.
Get it out of water. Grab the fish, get it out of water.
That's what I'm talking about right there. Big old hog. Let's get him in the cooler. All right, well, we made it back. Great little half afternoon, morning of diving, and got to clean up some fish here in our cooler. Got a whole bunch of stuff. Got that big hog. That was awesome. I mean, that's what I come here for every year, to get one of those in the cooler, and glad to have made it happen today. Got some nice fish in there too, but Derek and I are gonna get them cleaned up. We're the fish cleaning crew on this trip, because the other guys just want to pretend that they're washing the boat while they sit in there and drink beer without us. So yeah, that's pretty much. Look at them. Yeah, they ain't doing nothing over there. But that's pretty much what goes on over here. So we're gonna get these fish cleaned up, and hopefully we do something else with the rest of our afternoon. I'm hoping we do some bone fishing. Would be some fun to go and try and catch a couple of those on fly or something, but we'll just have to see. We got a long afternoon ahead of us still. Got plenty of time to go make something happen. So we're gonna get these fish cleaned up, and then we'll see what we do after that. We got the fillet room to ourselves today, so I'm actually able to do a little bit of filming showing you guys how we clean these fish up. But take a look at some of these fish here. Got a giant white margate, nice hog. This is a tiger grouper. That nice yellowjack I got this morning. He's got all sorts of crazy spots on him. I thought that was pretty cool. There's a pretty nice hog there. That's Derek's. Pretty nice one, right? Good size. Then the big boy. That was our day ender. That's an absolute monster. One of my biggest hogs I've probably ever shot. Take a look at the mouth on that thing. It's absolutely crazy. Just an absolutely amazing table of fish we got here. We're gonna get them cleaned up, but I'm gonna show you how I clean this big hogfish first. Take one more look at that hogfish right there. Absolute beautiful fish. Crazy how we got him. Didn't think we were gonna end up being able to get him. We didn't have a great shot on him, but he came right out and gave me the broadside shot right in the cheek there. perfect shot on this guy other than a stone shot. But I'll show you how we clean them up. They are one of the best, if not the best tasting fish, regarded by a lot of people. You ask just about anybody, what's your favorite fish in the ocean? If they've had hogfish, it's a pretty good chance that this is gonna be it. Because these things are just so flaky, white meat, the most delicious, tender meat you can possibly get off of fish. They eat all those shrimp and crabs and different crustaceans on the reef, and that's what makes them just so tasty. And so delicate. You can put anything on a hogfish and it's gonna taste good for the most part. Go in here. Work down his back. Come around here. Been a while since I cleaned one this big, I can tell you that. We don't get them this big back home in the Keys. And if you do, it's very, very rare. I've never even seen one this big in my entire life down in the Keys. But just an incredible fish. And that fillet is no joke right there. That is a solid piece of hogfish. If you were to get that at a restaurant, it's not gonna be anywhere near that size, but what can I say? Absolutely beautiful fish. Check him out now that he's filleted up on one side. Such an awesome fish. We got two more nice ones here. We got a nice grouper, we got the margate, and we got our sushi right here. So definitely a good little variety. Like I said, if we may be going back out diving, but I'm not sure yet. But if we don't, this is plenty of loot for today already. I want to catch a bonefish, but we'll see what ends up happening. Whatever we end up doing, we'll be sure to take you guys along with us. So pretty crazy. This is Derek's hogfish that he shot, and it looks like this guy's gotten away once before. It looks like he had a shot there that healed up right on the top of his head there. He's got like a little scar tissue from what looks like someone else taking a bite out of him, either a fish or another spear, but pretty crazy how those things are pretty resilient. But Derek got the good shot today. Like I said, looks like we decided to go bone fishing. Doing a little bit of wading. We got the Mako behind us here. We're walking up to this beach up here in front of us. We're gonna fish the backside of it. Hopefully these bonefish are gonna be schooled up and hungry and ready to eat. It's been a long time since I've caught one. Been a long time, even longer time since I caught one on fly. So we will see if we're able to get into one, but conditions like this, it's hard to beat. It's a beautiful day out. It's a little breezy. It's gonna be hard whipping the fly around, but no challenge I'm not up for right now, so see if we have any luck. I'm excited though, either way. Hard to beat, crystal clear water, wading in the Bahamas, trying to catch bonefish. Got my fly rod here. It's an 8-weight TFO BVK with a 7/8 Nautilus reel on it. We are just getting up to the island here. Derek and Greg are still walking up, but it is just absolutely beautiful out here. Take a look at that. Hard to beat. Little tide pool here, and hopefully there's a whole bunch of bonefish out here just waiting to be caught. There's a whole school in front of me, guys. Huge school. Bunch of sharks around too. It's crazy. So many.
We were just having a lot of trouble finding out if these fish really wanted to eat. I mean, Derek and I were both throwing flies. Felt like we had good presentations, but just not a single bite. No one spooked off. They were just schooling around where we were. There was lots of sharks. Had to poke this little shark off here, but this school in front of me was just an absolute giant school, and those are all really big fish, if you can't tell. And they were here, but just never really seemed interested. They dart off every now and then. They looked comfortable for the most part, but just wouldn't eat. And like I said, there were sharks everywhere. I had to poke this little nurse shark away, but that's just how it goes. This clip of Derek right here is one of the coolest videos I think I've ever taken on my drone. Flying over the backside of him, and he starts pointing at the drone, telling me to fly over him, and sure enough, big school of bonefish right behind him. He's just at a casting range, but he can see them from eye level, and he's just waiting for them to come in closer, and this is just so cool. I mean, those are really solid sized bonefish there too. Absolutely amazing.
They don't want the shrimp either? No, throw it. Catch one. I'd rather you catch one. If anything, we go to the shrimp. I just want to see if they're going to eat anything, honestly. I feel like I've had some good looks, and they haven't, so.
So this is when I decided to go back to the boat, grab a spinning rod, and see if I could just get one on a shrimp. Started flying the drone around a little bit, getting some B-roll shots, and sure enough, I'm watching Derek. These school of bonefish finally came a little bit closer. He was within casting distance, but he was making good presentations like we both were the whole time, and just nothing really seemed interested. These fish aren't spooked. They're very relaxed, but just nothing really going on with them. And it was really cool just watching him throw the fly. Maybe we had the wrong fly. Maybe the leader was too much. There could be 100 reasons why these fish didn't bite, but as he's doing that, I hear Greg yelling from the boat, and he's hooked up to a nice bonefish. So I fly the drone over across the flat to him, and he's fighting this fish up, and I get to watch the whole thing from the sky, which is pretty cool. I'm there in the boat behind him, and he's just pulling on this bonefish, and these fish just fight so hard and so fast, and it was really cool watching him catch one from the drone. I started to pan up here a little bit just so I could try and get a look at the bonefish. It's so hard. They blend in so well with this bottom, but then I see this shark, and there's a shark on his bonefish, and it's trying to eat his fish, and I'm worried that the fish isn't going to make it, but Greg sees it and is trying to fight it out of its mouth, but not really working. This shark has a really good hold on this fish, so he goes over, tries to yank it out, and unfortunately has to smack the shark, give it a little love tap there, but he lets go of the bonefish, and luckily enough, the bonefish was still alive. He's able to unhook it, and the shark really just had a hold of his tail, which is really lucky. He's got a little beat up tail there, as you can see, but the fish otherwise looks really good. So Greg takes another look around and has to poke away this shark again. He's really not getting the message, but he wants to get this fish in the water as soon as possible because you really want this fish to make it after that. But drops him in, and fish swims away perfectly fine, and that's really encouraging to see. You always want these fish to make it, and glad that one was able to. But this shark does not want to go away. It's all over Greg in this ankle-deep water.
Well, that was crazy. I came back to the boat to grab a spinning rod and some shrimp, and Derek got on a nice school and was casting at some, and then Greg hooked up and caught one there. Crazy enough, though, sharks are all over this place, and a shark came up and bit the tail of his bonefish, but luckily he was able to get the rest of them, and he was able to swim off safely. But that was super cool. So needless to say, I'm heading back with some more shrimp. I'm gonna try and get one for myself. I think I'm getting picked up. I feel a tap. Oh boy, I feel a tap. Come on. Take it. Go ahead and take it. Come on. The whole school in this pocket. I think I got picked up. Did I? Did I get picked up? He's chewing on it. There we go. No! Ah. Dude. Is that a shark? Or what was that? How would it have cut it? Like popped off immediately. It might have. Yep. Dang it, man. Cut me off. It means it was a shark. There's a whole mess of bonefish in front of us, though. That's certainly not how we wanted to end our day. Had a bite right there on the last cast and just got sharked. I don't know when the shark picked it up. I didn't even see the shark. There was a whole school of bonefish. They started going crazy. I thought it was the time, but sometimes that's fishing. That's how it goes. But either way, seeing Greg catch that one was really cool. But that's fishing. So we're gonna make our way back to home base, settle in, and enjoy the rest of our night. I think we got a fish fry tonight, so I'll see you guys for that. Now that's a conch fritter right there. What do we got here?
We're doing it, baby.
Conch fritters?
Got a little green, red, white peppers, onions, a little jalapeno, a lot of conch. Pretty awesome.
Tell them what you like to call yourself.
Conch man.
No, the king of the conch.
Yeah.
King of the conchs.
Now,
That's pretty good.
That's good.
not bad.
Oh, man.
That is amazing right there.
You don't like it, Edwards? What happened? No, it's falling apart. It's supposed to, buddy. It's not just all dough, it's all goodies.
Freshly made conch fritters right there. Trey's homemade creamy garlic sauce. No better combo. Derek's down here. Looks like he had one too many beers. You look awfully comfortable. Derek's taking a little nap on the couch. I think I'm gonna pop a squat right there and wait for these fish tacos to be made for me. They're gonna finish up the rest of dinner while I sit and watch the Kentucky Derby. Oh yeah.
You're a good chef. Why does Edwards get served like a dinner?
Somebody else eat
No, it's yours. Eat them.
No,
Eat them.
I'm smoking my cigars.
Nobody cut them up.
Hey, Eric.
Can I have a tortilla?
Thanks for cooking. I really appreciate
Yeah, somebody else could have set the table, though.
appreciate it.
Got an amazing looking dinner right there.
Great
Got
dinner.
some
Charles had me
mahi, some
working all
snapper.
day.
How those tacos?
Trey wouldn't give me a
everybody
tortilla. I don't
dinner.
know.
Wow.
Yep.
Derek, how is
We
it?
had lobster.
Is that?
We had
Biscuit,
lobster
sour
and
cream,
fish tacos.
Lime, but you know, decent.
Yeah,
Decent.
the boys got
I don't have any yet, but I'm gonna make myself a plate here. We're about to have an amazing feast. I am ready.
Oh, yeah?
You can't have a feast if
Nice.
Trey won't give
I
you a
wasn't-
tortilla.
Where's the?
Come on,
right
Trey.
there. Probably should make a taco. Oh, here we go.
Very good dolphin, by the way. Which is also
How's
in
that?
season.
Very good.
Amazing.
Real good.
The green sauce is the best.
The green sauce is the best.
Where's Denise's salsa? Eric made the green sauce.
Tell us how it is. Take a bite.
Hold on, Larry.
Oh. No good.
Number one rated.
Number one.
That triggerfish is unbelievable.
Eric, you shot all those margate. They're amazing.
Told you. My dad would be proud.
Eric, you're right.
Well, we just finished up an amazing dinner. We just had an amazing fish fry back at the boat of all the fish we speared today. It was an amazing day. Half day of diving, half day of fishing. Got those bonefish right at the end of the day. We got one Greg caught right at the end. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get mine, but hopefully we have another shot tomorrow to be able to get some. But it's just been an amazing trip so far. Can't beat it. This place is just unmatched. This is one of my favorite places in all the world, and definitely in all the Bahamas. Chub Cay holds a special place in my heart for all of these reasons. But really can't thank you guys enough. Really appreciate you guys watching the videos, staying tuned with us and what we've got going on. We've got lots of cool content coming your way, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and check us out with all the other videos that we're going to be posting. Can't wait to have you along for those. Until then, we'll see you next time.